Hi everyone, welcome to this week's reading, and this is for the 5th to the 11th of June. And this week with the astrology, we've just come off the weekend there where we've just had the Venus in Aries conjunct Uranus in Aries transit. So there may have been something that flared up over the weekend. Not for everybody, but most likely those that have a later degree of cardinal placements in their astrology chart. So that would be, you know, around 26, 27 or 28 degrees of Aries, Libra, Cancer, or Capricorn, and there could have been for those people something that flared up suddenly, some unexpected developments to do with family relationships or relationships with women in particular, or there could have been a bit of an aggressive or unexpected development that happened, something that could have been a little bit of a shock, because when Venus conjuncts Uranus in Aries, that's the type of energy that you're dealing with. So, and then coming into this week, I'm just mentioning it because the energy is still around. This week we have Mars at the critical degree of Cancer. So the critical degrees are both 0 degrees and 29 degrees, but Mars has just entered into Cancer, so it's at the 0 degree point there. Mars is not very happy in Cancer, so it brings up some issues sometimes to do with family, to do with emotions, to do with management of emotions, to do with maybe even feeling criticised by family members or feeling not supported by family. Just generally there could be some family issues, and as I said, not for everybody but for some people. And you know, Mars is about our drive and pushing forward, and with Mars in Cancer now, what we may be feeling for the next period that Mars is in that sign, that we just don't feel as driven as we did previously, or we may feel more like staying home or being a bit more quiet, or just spending time, you know, under the doona, just reading a book. You know, you may not be feeling that go-getting, or you could use that energy to reconnect with people that you haven't seen, that, or either family, you know, that you have a good connection with, or people that are friends that are like family, and catching up with those people while Mars is in the sign of Cancer. But while Mars is, you know, this week on that critical degree, it can bring some tension with family, so just be aware of that. The good news this week is that Jupiter goes direct, so yay for the Sagittarians who are ruled by Jupiter. It's also good for the Pisces as well, and Pisces people. So Jupiter direct on Saturday the 10th this week, and it's, you know, with the Sagittarians, it could bring a bit of a welcome relief because you guys have had Saturn in your sign, which is still in your sign, and Saturn's retrograde still at towards the later degrees of Sagittarius. So with Jupiter direct now, that should sort of help you feel a little bit better, hopefully, if you've been feeling, you know, tested under the Saturn influence. Just to mention also that early this week, from around Monday, mostly just Monday, Sun is square Neptune, so the vitality may feel a little bit low. You may feel a bit tired, a bit run down, or a bit, and also with Mars being 0 degrees of Cancer, kind of an energy of wanting to pull your energy back to yourself and self-nurturing and kind of retreating a little bit. You may not feel as much like getting out there and being involved with people, because you might just feel a little bit raw emotionally, or a little bit like you feel more sensitive. So that's just for the beginning of the week. I'm just going to drink some water, and then I'm going to get to the cards. So the cards that I have for this week are ones that I use fairly often, every now and then. The Witch's Tarot, which is one of my favourite decks. And I'll just pull 3 cards for this week, and then I might, if I have time, pull an oracle card as well. So if you'd like a personal reading with me, just follow the links to my online store, where you can book from different types of readings, tarot readings, oracle readings, and astrology reports as well. Alright, so let's see what we've got for this week. I really want to get that one. There's something towards the back, in the middle here, and there. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. Ooh, the King of Cups. The Page of Wands. It's interesting because I mentioned, you know, Mars going into Cancer and the focus with family. I do feel like there's people here, especially these 2 here, are family, possibly family members, or people that you see that are in your life that are like family. Oops, someone just fell. Alright, so what I'm getting from this is, I feel, you know, the King of Cups is usually a man who's a little bit more balanced in his emotions, but I want to say, you know, with Mars on the 0 degree of Cancer, I feel like this man, and I'm really drawn to the water splashing up on the rocks, I feel like this man is a little bit more emotional this week, and could be, it's interesting because the shell is there, which reminds me of a crab shell, and that Mars in Cancer, and Mars is just not happy in Cancer. So there could be an issue with a male relative this week that causes some problems for some people, or if it's not a relative, it's a male that is close to you, and it could be that there are some emotions just bubbling up this week. But just with I wanted to go to that one first because it really drew my attention and pulled my attention. But this one here, the Three of Pentacles, is quite a good card, and I really like this energy here. It's like focusing on what you're doing this week, your plans, your life, your own concerns, and maybe not giving so much attention to this energy here, which doesn't feel that positive to me. So the Three of Pentacles is about this week working on something that is to do with a joint project or something tangible, material that can bring you rewards in the future. As you can see, this person here is studying, and there's some kind of reference to sciences there. So it could be, you know, studying astrology or studying the planets, or it could be work related. It could be that you're doing a course, or that you're having to focus a lot at work and really focus your attention on practical matters, because it's the Pentacles, which relate to practical matters, finances as well. And color green is very strong in this card as well. So what I'm getting from that is this week, just focusing on your own issues rather than what other people are doing is actually going to be better for you. That's what I'm getting. And so the King of Cups comes up as potentially an issue with a family member, I feel. Someone who's quite stern or authoritative, even though, you know, that would be more usual for me to say with the Emperor card, or the King of Wands even, or the King of Swords. But for this energy, I'm really picking up on quite a stern energy, and it is someone who is emotional. So they could be having some problems, someone in the family, or someone that you know, whether it's the family or not, could be at work, it could be a boss, is having some issues with their emotions. And the last card is the Page of Wands. So for some people, it's related to either a child in your life or your own inner child. I'm really drawn to there's a sunflower around that child's neck, as in a necklace. So that really caught my attention. I've never even noticed that before, though this card has come up before. What I'm getting from that is really being in the moment and not overthinking things too much, but just being in the moment and doing what you can do in the moment this week to address, you know, issues in your life or things that you need to do to take care of in a practical sense as well. The Wands, you know, is a fiery energy, and it's also to do with taking action. And it could be for some people that there is a new start in some way as well, and there's something positive connected to it, because I'm really drawn to that sunflower. So yeah, those are the messages from the tarot. And I will get one more card for you from the angel reading cards from Debbie Malone. These are quite nice. And I'll just get one from this deck. This one's sort of slipping out. Oh, I love that. Okay, this one's come up before quite a few times, I feel. It's the Angel of White Light. Hopefully that can be seen on camera. So what I'm getting from this is about spiritual protection and shielding yourself from negative energies as much as you can. We're all exposed to negativity in some form, whether it's online or whether it's, you know, through people that we know, or issues that come up that are stressful. But it's not something that we can really 100% avoid in life, because through the negative experiences that we have, or the, you know, the perceived negativity, we actually grow and learn a lot from these experiences, and we learn about courage. And interestingly, that connects to the North Node being in the sign of Leo. So I have mentioned this before, the North Node for the next couple of years will be in the sign of Leo, and that is all about courage, creativity, self-expression, and being yourself, and trusting your own judgment in situations, and allowing yourself to be firm and put your foot down with situations when you need to, but also know when you need to pull back and focus on your own life and not get entangled with things that are just too heavy or negative for you, and you just feel like they're a distraction to you, or that they're pulling you away from your path, things that you need to get done and that are important to your life and the people, you know, closest to you. So it is a reminder of spiritual protection, I feel, when I see this card, and also a knowledge that you are being guided no matter what the situation that you're dealing with at the moment. Okay, so if you'd like a personal reading with me, follow the links below, and there'll be links to my online store there where you can order either an astrological report or a tarot or oracle reading. Have a fantastic week, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye.